The most potent astrological event of this fall is coming on October 14th. It's the solar eclipse in Libra, also known as the Ring of Fire. And it surely brings with it a lot of fire into our lives. We're talking about purging, release, transformation, sacrifices, new relationships, overturning authorities, and so much more. So stay tuned because we're going to dive right into it and talk about how you can prepare for this eclipse, as well as how you can leverage these energies in your life. I'm Dagmar Fleming, and I'm founder of the Athena Circle. We're a community for women visionaries and leaders who want to live the life of passion, purpose, and prosperity. So if you like this video, please make sure to like it, subscribe so you can get the notifications about new videos, and check our website at theathenacircle.com for more resources, how you can grow professionally, personally, and spiritually. We can't wait to meet you. So let's dive right in. Eclipses set us up for the next 6 months with whatever focus they carry. What's happening with this eclipse is a bit of a distractive force because eclipses signify new beginnings, while this one at the same time falls in the South Node. Now, South Node is about releasing, purging, and sacrifice. So we're essentially invited through these universal forces to step into a new beginning, which is exciting because eclipses will always jar us out of that which does not serve and put us on the correct trajectory of our life. But there is almost a payment associated with this eclipse. And the payment is that you have to let something go. You have to sacrifice something that has not worked. We are talking about bringing to the surface the most hidden, the most obscure patterns, emotional entanglements, relationships that you have dragged with you that no longer serve you, because this eclipse is in Libra, which will put us in new relationships. Now, this can be personal, but also professional. And something will have to give. Something will have to be released and let go of. So when you reflect on October and even parts of September, what have you noticed in your surroundings? What has been occurring? You may have seen tremendous momentum, surge of energy, action to move forward, that on the one hand is positive, but on the other hand demands for you to face yourself, how you do things, what's working, what's not. In other words, it's almost brings the accentuation of everything that you do and multiplies it so that you can see the discordant patterns and let them go. How is this eclipse bringing to your awareness perhaps something that is not working or something that has to change? This eclipse will usher a new beginning for you. And my recommendation for you is to not try to directly manifest, but be a receiver of that what is coming. If you lit a match in the middle of fire, it would probably take off, but it could also destroy you in the process. This force, this eclipse, is bringing something very deeply seated. It's a lot of times we are not aware of our own patterns, behaviors, things we manifest in our lives. This eclipse is going to show it to us. So trying to manifest while the train is bulldozing through our lives is probably not the best time. Instead, I would go into receiving mode and allow it to unfold organically. In other words, don't try to swim upstream. Try to just relax in the water and see where it takes you. Because eclipses in general may be perceived as destructive forces because they have to turn our life around. They are the kind of forces that want to force a 180-degree shift. And because this one particularly is placed in the South Node, where we purge, release, let go, transform, and even sacrifice something in order for something new to come in, as human beings, that may be perceived as uncomfortable. We like for things to unroll, unfold in familiar and predictable ways. So while you are feeling this pull and momentum and surge of projects and energy and opportunities coming at you, receive them. But perhaps starting something brand new might be volatile. Because again, it's as if you were trying to parachute in the middle of a tornado or a hurricane. Let this eclipse show you what it's bringing in. Let it literally take you wherever it's going to take you. Eclipses tend to do things for us that we're not willing to do for ourselves. And yet, when you take a perspective of time, you will observe that it ushers you into brand new, benevolent territory. Because ultimately, all of these planetary alignments have only one purpose: to set you up on the optimal path towards your expression, peace, joy, happiness, prosperity, everything that you need to thrive. It's us humans that are resistant to these energies. It is us who tend to fight back. We like to be where we've always been and not seize the opportunity of something new. So the invitation to you all is, why not? Let's ride the wave. Let's see what's new and exciting is coming into our lives, and embrace the possibility of something different. Because as your vibration rises, just like oil comes in the water to the surface to be purged, we as well have to release the old patterns, old ways of thinking, old relationships that are codependent, toxic, not working for us. Also, when you think about your work, what are the patterns that you're perpetuating in your professional life? If they're not bringing you the solution and the results that you seek, perhaps now is the time to say, I need to let it go. I need to open myself to new possibilities and let the universal consciousness bring to your awareness these ideas. Be in a receptive mode so that you can float with the river's current instead of fighting it. To summarize, we are in a period of great internal transformation. a period where we have to look within and ask ourselves, what have we been doing? What's working? What's not working? What am I willing to let go of? Because I've perpetuated this problem and it has not given me the results that I want. It can be personal, it can be professional, and because we are holistic beings, this eclipse will affect all areas of our lives, just slightly differently. And with Libra and focus on relationships, you can ask yourself the question, what is my relationship with other people? Who do I want to keep in my life? Who do I think is the time to let go of? Because that person does not contribute to my expansion and growth. Perhaps it's just bringing me down. Or perhaps I just have to rewrite the dynamic of that relationship, to correct it, to set the proper boundaries. What is your relationship to your work? Are you perpetuating certain strategies that are not paying off because you were told that these strategies work? Perhaps the way you look for your clients runs on automatic. And it's time to shift, to bring something new, a new idea, a new perspective. What is your relationship to self? How are you treating yourself? Are you the priority in your life, or is it everyone else's? So as you ask yourself these questions, allow the energies of this eclipse bring forward possibilities and allow certain things to go. I've had a plant in my home for at least 6 months now. And I've tried everything to heal it. I do not understand why it's not thriving. It's the only plant. It seems like the more I worked on saving it, the more it was wilting away. And I've just realized that I just have to let it go. So I took the plant out, I put it outside, and I said, I've tried it all. It's completely okay. You do what you need to do. Perhaps it didn't like the place in my home. Perhaps something else was going on. But everything is in its divine timing. And I need to allow this plant to do what it wants to do. I can't keep forcing it to be healthy because I like it so. And it might come back now that I released it from my own expectation, judgment, opinion, and obligation. So as you reflect at your life, perhaps you've been holding on too tight to a person, to an event in your past, to an outcome that you wanted to achieve. Perhaps you've got a dream that you've been rewriting on your New Year's Eve's list, and it just keeps being put there over and over again. Perhaps it was not meant to be. So nothing is lost. I can only gain new experience and new possibility by opening myself to the universe and saying, okay, I made some space. I made room for something new. Lead me to what's next. Would you be willing to let something go so something new can come in?